What's up with it, y'all? Y'all know what's going on. Another great Tuesday. EME in the building. Got my brother Turtle with me.
Whoa.
My boys Charlie Rock and Charlie Mac. They ain't in right now, but y'all know they with us in spirit. I also had two beautiful queens on the show with us today. I'm gonna let them introduce themselves.
Hey, hello everyone. Yolanda Harrison.
Hello, I'm Lakesia Smith.
Right, how y'all doing today?
Great.
That's good. That's
How
good.
y'all day been?
Great.
Great.
That's what's up. Y'all see these two women up here, man. I brought these women on here for a reason today. Y'all see their beautiful smiles, which I don't know. Both of these women have been through some very traumatic experiences, man. And I'm just thankful that you guys came today to be willing to be on this show, honestly, to talk about this. Because this is something that needs to be talked about, it needs to be heard, and how a mother looks at things. Because both of these women have lost children due to gun violence. And I'm gonna start with Miss Yolanda first. A little about you, where you from, and your.
Hello, I live here in Little Rock. I've probably been here probably about 20 years. I originally from Ford City, and then I got married and moved to Texas. I have a daughter. She's in the Air Force, Staff Sergeant. She's in South Korea right now. And then I have my son, Devin. My son, name was Devin Sprawling. He was murdered November 30th, 2018. He was 20 years old.
Was he murdered here in Little Rock?
Yes, he was murdered here in Little Rock.
Okay.
That's correct.
20 years old. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. What about you, Mr. Keisha?
I am Lakesia. I have 5 kids. Originally born in Michigan, raised in Cotton Plant in McCrory, but I live in Little Rock last, 30 years now. And my son was Sean Coleman Smith. He was killed in 2014, January the 25th at 6:25 p.m., shot 5 times by a so-called friend. And he has 4 kids that I help support and raise.
Okay. Wow. And how old was he again?
22.
22 and 20 years old. Gun violence.
Yeah.
And I know both of you women, you can never, that's something I know you can never get over.
No.
Ever get over to lose a child.
Special, like some days you'll think you see them or you get a smell of them or a car they had, they drive by and you just take a glance and you think it's them.
Right.
It's hard.
It's very hard.
Right.
Yeah. I'm a father who lost a child too. I lost a child when she was 6. She was shot 7 times, 4 times in the back of the head, 3 times in the spine. 3 days after Christmas, 3 days of us moving into the house, me trying to come out of the apartment and give my family a house. We were celebrating this, and so I kind of know where y'all coming from on where y'all coming from, but on a man tip, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of know I had to take some steps because that's something that we think about like every day, like every second, like right now, like we never get over that moment.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So I had to buckle down and find things that can help me. You know what I'm saying? Because I had to figure out that I needed help. You know what I'm saying? And like, what are some of the things that you did to find some sanity in what's going on?
Yeah, because it definitely can drive you crazy, and it's like I honestly say I mean, I guess I really experienced a whole lot of bad things in my life or anything, but that's literally the worst thing I've ever experienced. I don't think there's nothing in life that will be worse than that. Like I literally cannot think of nothing could be worse than what experiencing that, the death of my son. So it's like you experience the worst of the worst of the worst. So it's like there's nothing to do but to go up from here. So it's like nothing can stop me kind of attitude. Like I all I can do now is go up, because I've reached the bottom of the pit. So now I have to go up.
Right.
It's hard because when my son died in 2014 in January, my brother got killed in May. My baby brother on my dad's side, that was his only child. So I lost 2 loved ones within that same year. And it takes a toll on you. So like now I do a lot of support meeting. I do a lot of advocating. I try to help family to understand, mothers really, and fathers involved. We have fathers who's been in the kid's life,
Right.
but try to get them support. And I don't think they really understand you can't hold it in.
Right.
If you hold it in, you suppress it, It'll make you have a
hurt.
heart attack.
Yes.
You can stroke out,
Right.
and it's not good, you know. And sometimes you have to have that mental breakdown and just
Yeah.
scream and holler and do what needs to be done to get it out, but get you some help. There's
Yes.
plenty of people out here willing to help, support groups. I advocate for parents of murdered children. We have our first meeting on the second Tuesday of the month, and our second meeting on the fourth Tuesday of the month. There's a Zoom, and you can always reach out to me. I'm answering my phone all the time, and you can meet me in person just to talk to them, just cry. It doesn't matter, but get it out.
Right.
You know, I've tried to reach out many families I can.
Right.
And Miss Yolanda, we talk all the time about what can we do different to help our community?
Yes.
What can we do to help these families? What can we do to uplift mothers in the situation that's going on with the gun violence?
Yeah.
How can we change the law? Because the law needs to be changed.
Yeah.
It really and truly do. It really and truly do.
I agree.
We definitely.
When it happened to my daughter, I didn't know like we can do so many good things. So
Mhm.
like all my negative energy, I took it to say I'm gonna do the better of good.
Yes.
So it fueled me to change and really realize who team I was first on and really should have been on, and continuously to walk a straight path. And man, I started like I got a motive, like speaking,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? Because I held it in for years, you know, I didn't do fight. So I understood at one point, it broke me and my family up, you know, because we grieved. I blamed myself.
Yeah.
I felt like everybody was blaming me, you know what I mean? And I was lost, you know what I'm saying? So I had to counsel. So what my advice is give to some people that lost children in that type of fashion, go speak out, like you said, like get it off your chest. Go counsel. You know what I'm saying? If you need a therapist or a counselor or a life
Yeah.
coach,
Don't be ashamed of that.
don't be ashamed to open up.
Right.
Yes.
Because since I've been opening up, I feel better, and that became my biggest weapon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I use my platform. I use the good I do. I use every time the murderers see me on TV, every time they hear me on the radio and they seeing something good, that I got more satisfaction out of that than attacking.
Yes.
Like
Right.
what I was on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But at that time when it's early like that, you be ready to die and kill about what's
Revenge.
going
Yeah.
The
on.
number one thing is your
Yeah.
revenge.
So
Dude.
deep into that grief. Yeah, you're right.
You know,
Takes
Yeah.
time, takes time.
it's hard. You know
It
what I'm
is.
saying? And especially if you're capable of doing it. So it really turned to another level. You know what I'm saying? Because I could have went out and destroyed other people's kids. I could have went out and destroyed the family members, you know, but some kind of way I was introduced to a mentor, which is Dr. Fitzhill. Some kind of way God put a school in my life, which was Arkansas Baptist, and everything and the seed was planted and everything started growing from there. And I was able to meet people and and understand what my problem was and what did I need to do to fix it. You know, instead of just going back and retaliate in that form of fashion, because it is. I mean, when I looked at it, it hurts everybody. The mom,
Right.
the dad, the cousin, the auntie.
They have kids
And I
and
got
all.
grandmas right now that's crying.
Yeah.
You know, this will be her second year of college, and people don't be understanding it, and people don't understand how much we get up here and talk, how much this hurt.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So a lot of times I did a lot of shows, or went around a lot of people and never said them because it just make me relive it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And when
Right.
we relive it, it's like now. It's
Yeah.
like it just happened yesterday. It don't matter if it's been 10 years ago.
No, don't.
Mine
Don't
been
never
since
forget.
2006. My daughter been gone since 2006.
Yeah.
And man, I you know, me and my wife, we see this every day, like every day. You know what I'm saying? So but now we grew and able to deal with, you know, talk to each other,
Right.
able to focus and just get ourselves together, because it is, man, it's a tragedy.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? Like
is.
it will blind you. It will take your soul.
It will.
You get to questioning God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get to
Yeah.
question
All that.
yourself.
Yeah.
And the number one thing I think we blame
Yeah.
ourselves. We blame as parents, we blame our kids for things that happen.
Right.
Now I know, like I had took that grief on, like, dang, I should have had him come over this night instead of that night.
Right.
You know, and I'm like, maybe he should have done this, you know, been with his brother and sister instead of this.
I
You know,
did that too.
we do all this in the back of the head, you know, what can we done different?
Right.
But you know,
Right.
God make his way. Either way we would have did, he still could have got killed later that night,
Right.
earlier that morning.
Right.
So that's, you still can't hold that grudge within yourself. And I think that would hurt us
A
most.
lot of people do that
Yeah.
too. Oh, it's within itself.
And I had to
Yeah.
do a lot of praying because
It drew
I just
me.
wanted to kill myself.
Me too.
And that was my third oldest. And as parents, we think
Me too.
we could have done this. God, why you didn't take me? Take me and bring him back.
Want to see
Right.
the child. No,
So yeah,
Right.
you don't want to bury our
the
kids.
order. Yeah, they don't. But like they don't.
It's
they don't
not.
like
It's
to be-
unnatural because
Yeah.
you're supposed to. Your child is not
Yeah.
supposed to leave
Yeah.
before you. You
Right.
know.
And that's the thing too.
Right.
Another thing with this gun violence, you know, I've been shot, and it was by a family member on accident, but it was due to violent act trying to protect me, and ended up getting shot. And you know, I lived through it. I was shot in my face, like life support and all that, bled out, and they said I wasn't gonna make it, but I lived through that. And that's why I do what I do today. So to see so many, like I got to speak at a funeral Friday, and just to see so many brothers dying, gun violence, man, it gets me every time. Like I literally had a breakdown at work just about my homeboy because I can't believe he did. Like,
But it's
the hurt
scary to
is
try to go
like,
to a
wow.
funeral because you
Yeah.
got so much gun violence, and we never know who they know if they gonna come with this craziness.
Right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying?
It be in
It's-
funerals. Like,
yeah.
yeah, it's crazy out here with these guns, man. But as he was saying earlier, all we can do as a people, you know, continue to be a voice, continue to do these movements, and with God and hoping that things change.
Right.
People gone.
And we got
Make
to.
nobody, but as long as we speaking and being positive,
I think we save, at least
we
we
gonna make a
save
difference.
one child.
Yeah.
That's better than none
right,
at all.
right.
We
can make
trying
a
to get
big
out.
difference.
But the first thing I had to do was forgive. I want to just let y'all know the forgiveness stage of it, that is the most critical and the most important part of this. Because if you don't forgive, it's going to eat at you, and eat at you. So you got to be able to stand some things. Like man, 2 people went to jail for my daughter murder. My daughter got shot with 3 different bullets. You know what I'm saying? It was 2 different cars. So that means it's a total of 5 people. You know what I'm saying? So I always understood that. You know what I'm saying? So for God to protect me in this fashion and keep me walking where I'm not walking with looking behind my back, I don't have a problem with any of this. I had to swallow some things. So the first thing I had to swallow was my forgiveness stage. Man, the reason why I went so hard because I didn't forgive. And I was like, man, I'm a daddy. I got to do it like this. I mean, I got to come physical. That means let's get this crew up. Man, I packed the house up. It's people in here. We could go do ours. And Dr. Fitzhill come out of nowhere and just pull up. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, everything happened for a reason.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can go off to scrape on your own, you know, but I think you follow the straight path where the good people going, that might be the direction. I know they had a little sign where they say it had all the people going in one way, then the one person spread out.
Yes.
I think that might be kind of, you know, you need to might get back in that crowd with the good people.
right.
Because when I got to myself, it was bad.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But
Yes.
when I got surrounded myself around a positive support cast, somebody that didn't look at revenge the way I looked at it. I looked at revenge by, you know, the gun.
Physical.
Right.
I looked at it
Eye for
straight
an
by the
eye.
gun.
There you
I
go.
said it in the newspaper. It was all over the thing. I wanted to. I did. I looked at it by the gun. I wanted revenge like that. But I knew other people who taught me how to get revenge like this.
Yes.
And let God
Yeah.
handle do the work,
It's right.
Right.
Let God do it.
because He gonna handle all of
God's
that.
hand.
He will.
I seen situations in our situation where he's handling his business.
Right.
You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So I can't do nothing now but to handle mine. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
So I just want mothers and fathers, if they is going through it, I know the beginning stage is hard, but the goal need to be, the forgiveness stage need to be number one in that, because that's where you're gonna see your peace. You know, because like I say, it break families up, and they don't even have nothing to do with it. The
No.
family ain't
Right.
nothing to do with this,
It just
but it still destroyed it, because grieving and grieving
yes.
all day, every day, that can't. It's no happiness.
It's no happiness.
But
So,
I think like a lot of parents need to send their kids to a mental health to get treatment,
right.
see a
Right.
therapist. And they do have a children's hospital. It's free for therapy.
Yes, it is.
Was it Good Morning? Good Morning. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
Uh-huh.
I don't have the number with me, but you can look it up and you can go. I
Right.
have 3 of my grandkids involved now.
Right.
So I think that's a good organization. And I do commend y'all 2 young men, my kings,
Yes.
you know, my brothers, you know,
Save
to do
our
something. Like, you have to save yourself,
Yeah.
save your soul, save our community,
Yeah.
because we don't have a lot of men.
Yeah.
Stepping up.
Yes. You know,
Right.
like I said, for me to be a football
Oh.
coach, it's crazy. I'm gonna be the first female coach in Arkansas,
Yeah.
and these young men still come to me and I haven't seen them and they still give me respect.
Right.
Right.
But it's hard to get men to understand be in these kids' life. You see them on the road, hey, what's going on? You need to
Right.
make a little money right quick.
Right.
Clean my car out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Try to help these youth because it's too many falling on the wayside.
Right.
If the mama's working and can't be at home with a bunch of kids, somebody got to help. We got to come as a community because I know back in the day, if I'm sitting outside, I know I'm supposed to be outside. You got every neighbor get in the house, and before your mom come home, you getting a whooping.
Right.
So we don't have that. We don't have structure in our community no more.
And I think it's going to have to take, it's going to take some time, but it can be done. But it's going to take even the women getting with the young girls with the teen pregnancy.
Right.
Right.
No,
Right. Yeah.
Love is not, you don't have to have a baby because love
love,
does not
right.
equate
It's-
to a baby. Because
Right.
guess what? Now you stuck being a single mom.
Right.
He's gone. Then you meet the next guy. You got another baby, you're single mom.
Right.
He's gone. So it's like, then now these are the products of a lot of our violence are the young kids that's home because mom had to work and they home alone
Right.
Right.
and having to raise themselves. So we have to also teach them, our young women, to love themselves.
Yes.
Love
Yes.
is beyond having a baby. Love is just,
Yes.
you can love yourself. It don't require you to have a baby to love yourself. You can have kids later on, but
Right.
make sure you prepared mentally, financially, emotionally for a baby.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not a toy. A
Yeah.
baby is a lifetime
Life,
commitment.
right. And that's
It's-
very
it's-
important because it's a lot of babies raising babies.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's right.
I see a lot of the younger generation, a lot of these girls having little boys.
They're not
and
mentally
they're not
prepared.
mentally preparing a little boy, just watching video
Yeah.
games, but when
Yeah.
in the street, just and then he become a product of it, and that's
Yeah.
why they be like they are out here.
Yeah.
Guns is it and all that, but they have no dad, they have no follower. They
Yeah.
have
Uncle.
they're
Yeah.
not in church like
Nothing.
Yeah.
Woo.
Right.
So at the end of the day, no matter what, that was their foundation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't have that.
Don't have church or nothing anymore. So
And then that's another thing in our community. We got a church on every block, but you don't have a pastor to come out in organizations.
Yeah, in the community, being a real leader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just in that building. You need to be out here showing these young men what a man. They
Right.
can't
Yeah,
see us,
I
what
like
these
that.
people, but they not doing that. I've
Nope.
been there.
They be wanting their money with the cars and the houses,
Yeah.
but like
Yeah.
all the means we had with Benny Johnson going to the state capitol, going to the city hall, and we stood up there. I think we on the first year I did it with him in 2014. I did something in 2015. We only had like 3 pastors up there.
Right.
State legislature, they don't come in. They don't
Right.
come into his voting time. That's when you see all these people out. Like I
Right.
tell them,
And
where do y'all be
everybody-
when we? Where
right,
are
that's
y'all
right.
when we need y'all? We need
Yeah.
y'all to help beat these streets with us. Help us with
Right.
parents. Because I've been going to court for the last 2 weeks. These families are steady going continuous. Then I was in one judge. The boy came with a grill. I can barely keep my bills on. He come out with a gold grill and laughing.
Yeah.
He looked at the mother and just started smiling and laughing. And
See?
it took everything to keep this mother from jumping over there
Right.
to choke him out,
Right.
But I think the prosecuting attorney to understand, it don't take 3 years to get nobody convicted of a crime.
Right.
They got them guys from Memphis convicted the same day.
Right.
Why we can't do it here?
Right.
You got all the evidence, you got the tapes, you got everything, you got witness.
because no
Get
one's not
something done.
speaking out against them and speaking about what the corruptness going on. And we need to start being a voice, letting folks know, hey, this is what happened at my trial, like I do.
Yeah.
Speak out about what happened. And maybe if we shed a light on what's going on in these courtrooms, people will understand
But I
that
even remember one time reading about the exact words. It says it's even corruption in the courtroom.
it is.
It
I read
is.
that,
It is.
And that was written years ago. It just showed up. I say real people with experiences like
Yeah.
us. That's why we got to keep doing what we're doing.
We got a million man march. I think we need to have a mother women march.
That's
we
what
need to
this,
have
that's
a
what this is about.
need
The
mothers.
organization we're doing. We're
Right.
gonna,
mother.
this is going to, it's for moms.
Something about
Yeah,
something
let-
that's coming up.
Oh,
I
so,
wanted you to do.
yeah, I want to invite, actually, anyone's
We will
invited.
be there. We
but
will be there.
Definitely mothers, if you've lost your child to a gun violence, please be there on February 28th from 6 to 8 p.m. At 610 Main Street, downtown Little Rock. Come out. It's called Mob Sad Mothers of Black Sons Standing Against Death. And we're pretty much like a group of women assembled together for the purpose of launching a movement to save our sons.
Right.
So it's for mothers by mothers.
Right.
And moms, things are not going to get done unless we speak out. And that's the
Amen,
problem.
amen,
Women
amen,
have not been
amen,
speaking
amen.
up. We just kind of letting the courtroom handle everything, but we could be a voice and for the next mother and for the next mother and let the world know what we're going through. Because see, everyone see the gun violence. They hear about the dependents, what they're going through. Let's talk about the grief the parents, the moms are going through or the dads are going through. Let's talk about what the family go through.
Yeah.
That side no one gets to see. That's the dark side, that trauma we deal with. But we have to continue to move forward, and we have to grieve because we lost our loved one. And then we have to stop victim blaming our young men. It's like young Black men are the only group of victims that's considered are always blamed for their death. Nobody else. So why do they have to be blamed because they got killed? That doesn't mean they were doing something wrong. Yeah, my son wasn't doing anything wrong. He lost his life. So don't always say just because someone got killed, well, oh, they had to been doing something wrong. That only happens to Black males. They had to been doing something wrong. So I'm here to debunk that lie because that's not true. His life mattered. My feelings mattered, just like anyone else, whether he got killed. Because if he had got killed by a cop, I have Black Lives Matter supporting me. So why can't you support me that he didn't get killed by a cop? So the point is, my pain is no different than a mother who lost her son by a cop killing him, or a mother who lost their child from an opioid overdose. A loss is a loss, and it's a pain, it's a grief. So let's address all those issues and not quit neglecting us mothers of homicide, mothers of homicide victims. Let's
number one thing they said with opium, they give them more time for that than they do for homicide. I looked at all this.
And they just passed some new laws too. So if you get caught selling fentanyl opioids, it's like a minimum of 30 years. But yet my son, life was taken. He did nothing wrong, lost his life, and this young man walked away with a misdemeanor. So tell me what is wrong with this picture. So laws can be made, but it's for who, what demographic. So as a mother, we need to I want to speak out for my son. Someone obviously spoke out. So there are laws for the opioid drug dealers. So let me speak out about homicide because his life was taken too. So
I totally agree.
Good job.
It's really sad out here.
It is.
It is, but I'm very thankful y'all to even be able to do what y'all doing to get us to be able to do it, because it do take a lot. I know firsthand mothers who took their life, lost a child to gun violence, like took her life back in the day, this woman. So I know that it can, like he was saying, it can drive you crazy if you don't have God. That's what
don't have God. You have to have God. You have to have God.
Like
too.
A faith in a higher power, because if it wasn't for that, I lose my mind. Like it makes you want to, even especially when just speaking from the street, when somebody done killed your homeboy and it make you want to go kill him. Like that's what the average person would do with that God connection. You want to go revenge, but you have to know there is a God and there's a different way.
It is a different way.
5 families, 5 women in our family in our organization now. They have no justice, and it's like and the woman know who killed her son, and there have nothing been done. It's been a year. So when she talked to me, I have to kind of walk her down because she didn't call this boy and say, "I know where you live. I know where you live.
I'm sure
I can come."
Oh, baby.
Yeah,
that's right. I know where you at. They ain't doing nothing. Right.
So it's hard.
I mean, that was my only son. I didn't get grandkids or nothing. So it's like you took something. You took something very valuable to me. You're right.
Been out their whole life.
Yes.
Right. Yes. I'm definitely I'm definitely looking in the future, working with you guys, like doing major work around here, trying to stop some of this mess.
We fixing to get it going. We got y'all.
Yeah.
Us.
Yeah.
Right. We save our sons.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? We the brotherhood, the man.
Yes, you are. Of us. Yeah.
Our organization.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that with the fathers too, because we don't really speak out like that neither on none of our rights, neither. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I had a baby when I was 15 years old. I looked at my baby mother, she went out and got an apartment. You know what I'm saying? But I was still at home with my mama, and my mama telling me, "No, you finna get a party, you ain't got a baby, I ain't woo. I had nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't have I didn't have an apartment to comfort, so my baby mama can drop my baby off to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I can get used to my child. I couldn't even file my child on taxes. You know what I'm saying? So I paid child support.
Right.
So it's hard, but I'm just saying it's hard.
It's tax season.
I'm getting there. It's hard for a Black man.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? Like
so many strikes against you. You got so many strikes against you.
So many strikes.
It is.
Yes. Our community broke up in a lot of ways behind this and behind stuff. So I'm here to let the males that know let's fight for our rights too. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Not just because we stopped. When y'all got y'all rights, y'all keep going, y'all women, but we was in the field. So we mostly physical. We're gonna go out, some of our souls, we out here on going to war.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what we know as a male, you know what I'm saying? And reason why we don't have a lot of connections to our kids is because we ain't there. We dying, we not there.
Working or dying,
We don't know how to be daddies. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't, and I'm still learning. Like I really didn't. I learned how to. My daddy loved me from so much of a distance that I learned how to love my kid from so much.
Distance. Like a pattern.
Okay, I pay child support.
Right.
I buy this for the Christmas. I do this for when he need the suit for the bunny day.
Yeah.
You know, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, but that ain't enough. You know what I'm saying? I got a son that forced me to. Nah, ain't none of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, come here. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of us dads and a lot of us males, we need help. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
A lot of us males, especially parenting on being a father, because some of our fathers was pimps.
Right.
Some of our fathers was drug addicts.
Yeah.
Some of our fathers were gang bangers. So we seen another type of way.
Right.
And it affected our queens, it affected our women, it affected our culture, it affected everything.
Yes.
So you know what I'm saying? We here, we also too got an organization Restore Hope, who has produced Empower My Environment, who also has produced Victory Over Violence, who also has produced MOB, up in partnership with MOB, the mothers. You know what I'm saying? So if anybody do, and we got some of the best life coaches, male and females in this city and around this world. You know what I mean? We got great stories and great fighting us over here.
Yeah.
So if anybody do need someone to talk to, if anybody do need some counseling or anything, y'all do need to hit us and let us all know out there. You know what I'm saying? So we here. You know what I mean? We here to fight to the end. You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna be after
we got y'all back.
the streets with our young men and young ladies, because we let them know with this support out here.
Yes.
You don't have family at home, someone you need to talk to.
Yeah.
Because suicide and bullying is our second number one thing.
And it happened.
Going on. It's bullying and it's suicide happening every day in Little Rock, and it's not talked about. Every race, black, white, Hispanic.
Bullying hard in elementary
It's really
school.
need to be helped right now. We need support in that part too. So yeah.
That's how my name became Turtle. Somebody talking to me, talking bad about me in school in elementary. Boy, you look like a turtle. Boy, look at your hands. Got something thumb. And in the wintertime, they crack all open and they were just talking about me like everything. But you know, I turned the good, you know, I make it better.
Turned the good.
You know, I became famous, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, you gotta know how to fight the bullies out there, man. And you got people that you can talk to. Like I say, mothers, little girl, women. If y'all need somebody to talk to, get with y'all. Get with this group, and we can all connect. And we know how to get in contact with each other on Facebook when the people do. So we can get out here and help, man. I think a lot of the people out there need help.
Yeah.
They need us because we really taking it to another level. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people out there that been in our situation don't get to go to the level that we on at this point. We
they start and they stop.
Yes, we really on another level.
Yeah.
So the people need to navigate to us if they need any kind of help or whatever. You know.
But we waiting for on the 28th with Miss Yolanda Harris.
Yes.
Yeah.
February 28th, 6 to 8 p.m. at 610 Main Street, downtown Little Rock. I would love to have you all there. We have food. You just come casually, and we tell you more about launching the program. Tell you more about the program. Invite, especially moms out there, even dads too. I don't want to leave out any fathers, but come out if you lost a child to homicide, especially a son. Come out, please, and so be a part of this mission.
Yeah.
Once again, thank y'all for coming.
You're very welcome.
God bless y'all.
God bless y'all. Before we close out, I want to do something different tonight. We always say a prayer, but tonight I would like to connect hands with y'all and say this prayer if y'all don't mind.
This is my podcast.
Right. All right. You came back your head, Mama, the signs for a word of prayer. Father God, first and foremost, we want to thank you for another day you have allowed us to see, God, Thank you for watching over us, and thank you for keeping us, God. God, I want to take this time out to say a special prayer for these mothers, God. Miss Yolanda and Keisha and all the mothers, God, that has lost a child and father, God. I ask that you continue to be with them and give them strength, because that's a hurt that'll never heal, God. But we know with you, all things are possible, God. So I just ask you to continue to guide and lead us, help us to make a difference in this community right here in this Little Rock area and surrounding areas, God, to save our sons and stop this violence around here, sons and daughters, God. God, we thank you and we praise you. It's in your most holy name we pray. Until we meet again, amen.
Amen.
Amen. Amen. And we are out.